But I think that encapsulates at least partly where I'm at today on Steph Diggs. I don't think people fully get it. I don't think, and as good as the media were yesterday in the press conference with Mike Vrabel going right at the topic, I don't think they're covering it properly. I don't think people get it. And so let me tell you what you don't get. Well, first of all, how it's being I think it's being underplayed. I mean, Greg Bedard, I think he's one of the best guys, if not the best guy covering the team in the city, who knows as much and is as embedded and as critical as anyone who covers the team. Says he doesn't care. Oh, you got to be kidding me.
Quite frankly, I don't really care.
Really, Greg? Let me ask you, do you think...
Just quick, you know what I think, why that I think some people like Greg feel this way? Because Jabril Peppers, who's a Patriot, just got in trouble for coke last year and nothing came of it, really.
Okay, but he's not an important player to them. He's not like this guy. So Greg Bedard says he doesn't care. I have my Herald here, again, my little baby dinosaur newspaper. Patriots notes. Second item. Vrabel reacts to Diggs video.
What's the first?
Retirement press conference for Andrew Sett.
Oh, man.
So that's what they lead with.
Oh, my goodness.
They lead with the David Andrews retirement press conference, which, great guy. He does all
great
this.
guy, great Patriot, but that should be the last thing.
I'm not,
should have been the other way around.
Disparaging him in any way, shape, or form, but what's a bigger news story? I mean, and this is like, but it's all over the place. The only thing these guys are covering that cover the team is what Vrabel said yesterday. They're not looking into the story, or they're not putting in context why it's important. Again, Bedard says he doesn't care. The Herald Notebook, it's the second item. The Globe, the headline, at least they gave it a headline. Patriots say they will handle issue of Stefon Diggs spotted with baggie of pink substance and other observations. It's just a notebook item. And the only thing they're reporting is what Vrabel said yesterday. And that's all I'm getting. Now, listen, you don't have to go full Pablo Torre on me and embed yourself in Cardi B's entourage. You're like, I don't need that. But can we get a little analysis on why this might be important? And let me tell you why it might be important. I can't believe I'm talking to kindergartners. I'll start with why it's not important. That he might have done a little bit of drugs. That to me is not important.
Agreed.
Okay? And I don't think it's really important to the team either at the end of the day. And if that makes me a bad person, then so be it. Okay? It's just not something, an individual's recreational drug use is not on my list of things that I get sanctimonious about. I will get sanctimonious about, what I get sanctimonious about. The work-family balance and things like that. You've heard me on those things. On when it comes to individual recreational drug use, smoke them if you got them, not my issue. And I don't think it's their issue either. So it's not in a vacuum, dummies, that he may have been doing a little something. It's not in a vacuum, even that it got on tape and it got on the internet. I mean, that's bad. But even in a vacuum, okay, you had a bad day, you made a mistake, you let your guard down, and all that happens. That's not the reason. I think there's a chance he gets released, but not because of Saturday in and of a vacuum. That's not it. You're missing it. They're not going to cut him because of that. Here's why they might cut him. They just invested a ton of money in him, and he's due a lot of money coming up. What if they deem him to be a bad investment? What if he's not in shape? What if he's not doing things to keep himself in shape? What if he's not showing up to the stadium, rehabbing on the schedule they want him to? Because that, to me, felt like the big thing with Vrabel yesterday. He's not here. That's what Vrabel seemed as agitated about as anything. So that's why you move on from a guy. It's the most basic thing when you're looking about signing a free agent or talking about someone to come onto your team. The first thing they ask, are you working out? Are you in shape? Are you taking care of yourself? When you start to ask about the player, you ask around the player. I'll tell you, one of the first things on the list, is he like to party? Is he, and not because they care whether you're taking the drug, but they want to
know about the level of dedication, where your head's at, like you said.
They want to know if they're making a good investment. They just care about their investment. They're not on their moral high horse either. If we give this guy a lot of money, is he going to honor that? Or is he going to F off with it? That's honestly all they care about. If we pay you this, can we trust you? Are you going to stay in shape? Are you going to rehab? Are you going to show up when we want you to show up? Are you going to stay out of trouble and, not embarrass us? Is this a good investment? And that's what they care about. So if Saturday is just a jumping off point, if Saturday is, oh, this is what we're doing, then they're not going to go forward with Stefon Diggs. If it's a one-off, meaning he is working out, he is in shape, he is working hard, he is showing up, and this was just a bad day, and he had a one-off bad day, then it's a nothing. Then it's a nothing story. True, absolutely. But what if it signifies more? What if he took their signing bonus and is just effing off? That's the story, and that's why it's important. He's the second big. He is arguably the most important guy you signed in the offseason. Milton Williams was certainly the biggest ticket item, and he got the most money. But your defense is going to be okay with or without Milton Williams. And your defensive line and your front seven is going to be representative with or without Milton Williams. What's your receiving core without Steph Diggs?
Oh, crap.
Trash. There is a lot riding on this guy.
Mike, just based it on the reaction from fans with those two signings. The Milton Williams one, I think most Patriots fans, most casual Patriots fans were like, wait, who's this guy? Oh, he was on the Eagles. Good. Steph Diggs, everyone knew. Everyone wanted a weapon for Drake May. Getting Steph Diggs was the bigger signing.
This is arguably the more important signing. Arguably, it's the most important signing you made. Biggest area of need, biggest overall need on the team surrounding your quarterback. Without him, the position is caca. So you need Steph Diggs. And he's 31, coming off an ACL. How's his offseason going? What's he doing to get ready? How's the Steph Diggs era going so far? Well, here's how it's going. Fact, not opinion. It's the second week of OTAs, and he's not in camp. Where is he?
Boats and hoes.
He's on a boat in Miami, apparently distributing drugs to partygoers. That's the second notebook item?
Well, there is that big press conference coming up for David Andrews.
Oh my God. I got to get off this. I just have to get over it eventually. But the news value, the news judge, I guess these guys there's just no editors anymore. What's the most relevant news story on the Patriots? Here, let me tell you, kids. The most important offseason signing was on a boat where he wasn't in camp, and he's not in camp. Where was he? On a boat in Miami, apparently distributing hard drugs. That to me feels like a story, but then again, I don't know. Call me crazy. So it's not important? You don't care? You think the team doesn't care? The team just gave him $12 million to sign. Now, again, I don't know exactly how that was distributed. If that was a Patriot guarantee, did he get a $12 million check? He might have. He might have gotten a $12 million check. Maybe it was split into payments. Maybe some is deferred. I don't know. But the signing bonus was $12 million. Do you think the Patriots, after giving him $12 million, don't care?
Oh, they definitely care.
They definitely care. Of course they care.
Do you think the people that just gave him $12 million don't care that he's not in camp and then where he is on a boat in Miami apparently distributing hard drugs? You think they don't care about that story? What's wrong with it? What's wrong with the sports world, the sports journalism world? What's wrong with you people? What's the story?
I do think, I'm only half joking about this. I think we should consider the Felger Mazz School of Journalism. I think we should consider starting it.
I'm not kidding. Mazz, it's a great idea. If only journalism still existed. If only we had a place to send these kids once we brought them in and taught them. Where would I send you?
Well, they can write for our website for now. We can start with that.
Come up with our own.
Yeah, but look, I agree. I mean, and it sort of dawned on me yesterday when we were talking about it yesterday too. The fact that he's not there is a significant story, independent of the video and the drugs, the whole thing, alleged drugs. But the whole idea, you get it. The fact that he's not there is news.
I guarantee you. I don't guarantee you. Vrabel cares maybe as much about that as anything. And that's sort of what came through yesterday, and he was asked about it, is that he's not there. So Steph Diggs is a risk. Steph Diggs probably didn't have a lot of landing places. I know he didn't. He was still on the street, so to speak, weeks after he was the last guy standing just about at the position, because he's deemed risky, because here's a clue, he is risky. He's risky. And now here we are, we're not even to training camp, and he's not at OTAs, and he's on a boat in Miami, apparently distributing hard drugs to partygoers. That's why this story is important. Like, how much more simple can I make it?
Quite frankly, I don't really care.
How could you not care about that? How could you not care about that? And how could
big boy?
How could that not be important? How could that not, like, is there anything that happened yesterday more important than that? What if this team doesn't have Steph Diggs?
Not good.
What if he's not in shape? What if he's not rehabbing properly? What if he's not doing everything that it takes to get back in time with that ACL? Remember, when they signed him, this caca garbage story that we heard is that he's way ahead of schedule and will be ready for week 1.
Oh, yeah. You mean you haven't seen those videos, though, Mike? That's what people try to counter with, the workout videos of Steph Diggs. He was even working out yesterday. Wasn't in Foxborough, but he was working out after this other video popped up.
Okay, show them to me. But because I'm not online.
Well, no, again, the other counter.
But everyone does this.
Yeah, Cam Newton did it 5 years ago, the workout videos. How'd that work out?
And he was out of shape, ill-prepared, and sucked. And not that Belichick promoted that fact, but I from what I understand, they were not happy with his attendance and his work ethic away from the field. So you can put anything you want on your own social media to make it look like whatever. And I'm not telling you he looks fat. I mean, we saw him with his shirt off on the boat. He looks like he's in good shape. But does that mean he's in football shape? Is he doing everything that they want him to do? That's why this is important. And this is what they ask of when they sign someone, and they sign someone risky. It's like, well, what are you doing away from the field? Or when they investigate a guy, is this a party guy? And not that they care if he's like what he's taking, but they want to protect their investment. Guys that do drugs, guys that lead a loose lifestyle are bad investments. So it's what they care about. It's what they ask about. It's what they investigate. You don't need to do much investigation here with Steph Diggs. Just want to hit you over the head. So I said this yesterday. I think if I had to guess, he's probably back. And the thing blows over and, he'll be here. Probably. But I don't think it's nearly the slam dunk that others. I'm not ignoring the story. I don't think it's unimportant. I don't think it's unimportant to them. I think that there's been a good deal of silence about it. Now it's 2 days later, and has there been no...
Not much. All we've got is the video that we talked about yesterday, really.
Quite frankly, I don't really care.
Okay, so we're not going to do that to get big boy all hot and bothered, Jimmy. Let's go easy. I don't mean to do that. It's a jumping off point, because I think that a lot of the guys that cover the team are treating this the same way. It's like, forget, no one's talking about the Molly or the 2C or whatever. No one cares. Right, I don't care about that either. I care about Steph Diggs being on the team and how they view it. And if he just cashed a $12 million check and a month later is carrying on like this, I guarantee you they care about it. And so that's why the thing's important. You have a thought, Mazz? Or Jimmy?
You know what Greg really cares about?
What?
Josh Dobbs had a better day than Drake May.
Stop it. Why are you trying to piss him off?
Murray, what was your follow-up?
When you say Dobbs, you mean Josh Dobbs?
Okay, let's not...
Josh Dobbs.
The backup that they signed. The Pastronaut.
Yeah, let's not piss off Greg. That was not the point of this. Was not to piss off Greg. Greg, that's Jimmy Stewart. I'm just using you as a jumping off point. You should care.
Quite frankly, I don't really care.
And it should be the story. It really should be. Would you stop it, Jimmy?
If you like that clip, check out more videos from Felger and Mazz here. For more Patriots analysis and opinion, hit this playlist. And for all the latest from the Sports Hub, download the app at 985thesportshub.com.